Hello anyone, everyone and no one. My name is Slack Lizard, and in today's Minecraft Bedrock Edition tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can build an AFK nether tree farm. This farm also produces around 4 double chests of drops per hour with about 30 stacks of nether wood. The rest of it's going to be nether wart, funguses, and all the other things that you get from this farm. This tree farm is powered by a Ghast. The Ghast gives a 100% drop rate on all drops from this farm. It just requires a few things to build this. One, this is a gas powered farm. And two, this is a very directional farm. Now what I mean by that is this farm needs to be built in a very specific orientation. Because Minecraft Bedrock Edition is a bit finicky, we need to make sure that this is facing the east because sometimes fireballs do not react the same way going in a different direction. That being that, let's get a materials list and let's get into the tutorial, shall we? Now, to get things started here, we're going to be facing off into our east direction, north being that way, east being that way. We're going to start out by building a 9 by 9 cube. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we're going to come over from this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to go ahead and fill all of this in, just like so. And then we're going to come up 9 blocks as well off of each corner. So you got number 1 down there. This is number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And do this on all 4 corners. After you get that done, let's go ahead and grab our glass. We're going to go ahead and fill out the inside here. Fill all this up with glass. And we're going to go ahead and fill in every one of these sides with glass as well, all the way up to the top. Now, once we have our 9 by 9 cube in here, we're going to go to our east side over here. We're going to start at these very back 2 pillars here, and we're going to go out 8 additional blocks. So you got the first one there being number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Do the same thing over here. So that one being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to go ahead and just pull all this back here for now and just fill all this in with glass. Well, we will have to make some changes with this in the future, but for now, let's just get this all in and established. And now from here, let's pull out this side 4 more blocks. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need to pull this a total of 14 across here. So you got number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. From here, we're going to wrap this corner all the way back to the very back of the farm back here. Go ahead and connect this line up here, and we're going to go ahead and fill all of this in with glass as well. From here, we're going to go ahead and start on our storage system that's going to hold all the drops from this farm. So we're going to go back here on the east side, and we're going to go between this block here and this block to our center block, which is going to be the 5th block. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to go ahead and punch out all these temporary blocks. We're going to come directly down underneath of this in the center, and we're going to place a double chest right here, one on the front side of it and one on the back side of it, to get something that looks like that. From here, let's go ahead and punch out those 3 blocks there, these 3 blocks here, and we're going to put hoppers going into the chest just like so. And then we're going to put hoppers on the front as well, and we're going to go ahead and punch out these 2 glass blocks on the side. Hopper going into that one, hopper going into that one. We're going to swing around here to the other side, hopper and hopper. From here, you can go ahead and bring your storage down. You can go ahead and run it into an automatic storage system to filter all the items out if you want to. For now, we're just going to be adding in just some double chests and hoppers just to demonstrate this farm working. So we'll take and put 3 rows of these all in here so that we have adequate storage for the tutorial. Moving on with our collection system here, we're going to go back to this block here, and we're going to place a row of glass all the way across there. We're going to put a row going all the way across there and a row going all the way across there. From here, we're going to grab our building blocks of choice, something that's blast resistant. We're going to put in blocks there, there, and we're going to take this up 3 high. From here, if you want to, you can go ahead and fill in the remainder of the sides with glass as well, all the way up to the same height, excluding the glass from the front. We only want a one high row of glass on the front at this moment in time. From here, let's continue our storage system up. So we're going to place in 3 more hoppers going into those hoppers, 3 more going into those, and then on top of that, we're going to place across 3 powered rails just like that. And we're going to place down 3 hopper minecarts. These can be a little fun to get in here at times. You may have to finagle with this to get them in, but you can get them in just like so. Once you have that in, let's go ahead and grab some trapdoors. We're going to put 3 trapdoors across the front right here, 3 more across the front right there, and then we're going to place 3 more on those right there. And we're going to go ahead and close all those up. We're going to switch around here to this side now, and we're going to put water all the way across the front here. This way, any drops that come from the farm will end up down here and get pushed into our storage system. Additionally, these hopper minecarts are going to pick up drops that are coming from the farm as well. Now, these trap doors here are needed because of hopper hitbox issues, and sometimes items, if the water is flowing all the way over, would not go into the hopper. This way, we are ensuring that all drops end up inside of our collection system. Next step, we're going to go ahead and put in our fireball redirecting water tray. I know that sounds like a mouthful, but it's not that bad. So we're going to come down in the center of this. We're going to break out this block right here, 1 block below the one that we'd already placed in. We're going to put a total of 4 scaffolding. So you're going to put 1 there, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to go ahead and grab glass and bring it out 1 block past every bit of that. We're going to grab a button. We're going to put a button right here. At this point, let's go ahead and grab our glass. We're going to put a tray all the way around this. And we're going to go ahead and loop that back to the front. Let's go ahead and grab our water bucket, and we're going to put water there, there, and there. Then we're going to grab glass and put glass all the way across the front, just like so. So now we have our catch tray in place for the drops, and we have our water tray that helps redirect the fireball in place right there. Now that we have all of that in, let's go ahead and start working on our redstone that's going to turn our ghast on and off so that it can and cannot shoot when we don't want it to. From here, let's grab a sticky piston right in the center of that and have that going right there facing down. Let's place 1, 2, and 3 slime blocks there, followed up by a redstone block. We're going to put a temporary block in right there so that we can grab another sticky piston and put it there. That way, when that is powered, that redstone block will come down and it will power this, which in return has a piece of glass on it. And this will go inside the ghast's head to shut him off. But where's our ghast going to go, you ask? Well, our ghast is going to go directly down below this. So we're going to go ahead and place in some temporary blocks right there and a glass block right there. We're going to go ahead and punch out this one here, put in a solid block, and then we're going to put in a powered rail. Now, of course, you're going to bring your ghast in from this way eventually, and he will be parked right here. And that right there is the redstone for that, or rather the slime part of it. The redstone itself is going to be on top of this, so we will bring redstone dust here, there, there, and there. And we're going to go ahead and put some glass right there and connect that to right there. This is going to be a redstone lamp, which we will place right there and worry about wiring all of that up later. But that was that step now done. From here, we're going to go ahead and put in our fireball redirecting a slime stone here, which sounds like a mouthful, but it's not too bad. We're going to grab a solid block. We're going to put a solid block there and there. We're going to grab a tripwire. We're going to put a tripwire here, here, and then we're going to put a piece of string connecting those up right there. From here, let's go ahead and grab a repeater. We're going to put a repeater coming off of this block here, going into a block right there. At this point, we're going to walk our redstone up. So we're going to put glass here and here, and we're going to do this 4 levels high. So this is level 1, level 2, level 3, and a level 4. Once we get done with that, come back down here and knock this one out, put a redstone dust there. Come up here and knock this one out, put a redstone dust there. Knock this one out, redstone dust there. Knock that one out, redstone dust there. Redstone dust there. Let's go ahead and add in an additional block right here of glass. Redstone dust on top of that. From here, you can go ahead and grab you a couple of temporary blocks and place them in just like that in that configuration. Remove those and put your sticky piston right there. Let's go ahead and put the torch on top of that so we don't have to worry about a mob spawning on that. I know it's a redstone component, but this game, you know, and I know, it's never predictable in that regard. Anyways, torch there, slime block there, and slime block there. That is the core of our circuit in here. So when something trips this, it extends that out. So fireball come up, fireball tripwire, slime redirect fireball into trees. You follow? Good, good. Now at this point, it's time to go ahead and put in our snowball redirecting system. So let's go directly above the redstone here. We're going to place soul sand down there, and we're going to have a total of 4. So you got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's go ahead and grab some glass, put glass all the way along the side of that, all the way along the side of that, and then bring that up for a total of 4 as well, including the one that we have there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Do that on this side. Then we're going to switch over here to the other side. We're going to fill all this in as well. And now we're going to put in some fence gates. So we're going to go ahead and put a temporary block in right there, put a fence gate, and open that. We can get rid of the temporary block, go up to the next one up above that, fence gate, and once again, fence gate. Swing around here to the back side. We're going to do the same thing. Temporary block in there, fence gate, fence gate, fence gate. Not a fence gate. And remove that. Now at this point, let's go ahead and grab our water and let's fill in the bottom 4 down there. Fill in the next 4 up here. Now we're going to put a trapdoor right there, there, and there. It's on the water block that is currently there. So more or less that is waterlogged. So if we were to place in a solid block here, it would not affect it. Just want you to be clear on where this is supposed to go. At this point, let's go ahead and grab a water bucket. We're going to put a water bucket right there. And now, of course, our water is going to be flowing to the front. That way, when the snowball gets launched, it will bounce up, come back over, go down through here, fall down through this, and hit our Ghast in the head. And he's going to be angry about that, and he's going to shoot. The fireball's going to come up, get redirected, and go into the farm. You follow me? It's not that bad. Oh, yeah. You need to come back in here and remove those. Yeah, we don't need those there. Yep. We just needed those to redirect the water. Now, it's time to move on to our hostile mob in a minecart that the snowman will be targeting. We'll get to the snowman here in just a little bit, but we need to go ahead and get this in. So let's go ahead and grab a lever. We're going to put a lever right there. That way, that is our on and off switch for our Ghast. Additionally, right below this guy here, we're going to punch out this block here. And we're going to reach down 2 blocks and we're going to put a piece of glass right there. From here, we're going to place a piece of redstone dust on top of that. We're going to put a solid block right there and a button right there. Right, from here, let's go ahead and grab some more glass. We're going to go ahead and walk this out all the way to 2 blocks out past that. We're going to go ahead and run redstone all the way across that. And then once we reach this point, let's bring this out 2 more. From here, we're going to place in 2 more redstone dust, going into a solid block right there, which in turn is going to have a redstone torch on the back of that. Let's go ahead and punch out these 2 glass blocks up above this. We're going to put a solid block right there and a redstone torch right there. From here, let's put a piston on top of that. We're going to put in a powered rail on top of that. We're going to put a minecart there that is going to be holding our mob of choice. Now, our mob of choice that we used, obviously, just for this tutorial is a pigman. You got to get whatever mob you want right there to aggro the snowman. Sadly, it cannot be a spider, but that right there will work. From here, let's go back around here. Let's push this button 1 time so that he goes up, breaks the rail, and gets rid of that. That way, our snowman will not shoot at him all the time. And now, you have your on and off switch for the Ghast, and you have your aggro system with the hostile mob. At this point, it's time to add in our on and off switch for our fireball redirector and our farm. We're not going to wire back in the on and off switch right now, but we are going to get it ready. So from here, let's go to where this redstone repeater is here. Let's add in a block of glass right there. Solid block right here. We're going to grab a lever. We're going to put that on there, and we're going to turn that big bad boy on. Let's go ahead and put another piece of glass right there. And we're going to put another repeater right there. So that repeater is going to go into that one and lock it so that the redirect system will only work when we want it to. From here, let's go ahead and punch out this block right here. Go 2 blocks down. Once again, we're going to put a glass block right there with a piece of redstone dust on that. We're going to put a redstone lamp right here and a lever right there. This will control the on and off switch for the bone meal part of the farm once we get to that. For now, we're just going to leave that there, and we're not going to mess with that. We're not going to mess with this because this is in. But now let's go ahead and add in our snowman. And our snowman is going to be resting on top of a candle. Look, I don't make the rules, okay? It's where he's going to be sitting and what's going to be going on. So we're going to come over here to this glass block right here. And we're going to come out 2 additional glass blocks. We're going to go ahead and place in a candle right there. We're going to go ahead and knock that out. Knock that out. While we're here, let's go ahead and cover that solid block and that one with glass to make that unspawnable. And now we put in our snowman. So from here, we add snow there. There. We're going to have to temporarily take back out this slime that we put in here. But hey, that's just part of what happens. And put our pumpkin there. We now have a snowman. Put that there and that there. And as you can see, we now have a snowman who wants to shoot at our pigmen. Now, we have no ghast in place or anything like that, but for demonstrational purposes, if we push the button, snowman sees mob, snowball come out, snowball go over, snowball fall down hole and hit non-existing ghast. Now that we have all that in place, let's go ahead and start the tree part of the farm here. We're going to come back here to the back side here. We're going to put a piston going there and a piston going there. From here, let's go ahead and place down some temporary blocks all the way across the back. And we're going to place in a dispenser here, 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 and here. Let's place down a temporary block here and here. We're going to put a dispenser there and there. And we can go ahead and remove out all these temporary blocks that we just placed in. At this point, let's go ahead and grab our netherrack block of choice. We're going to be using the crimson here because we're going to be growing red trees. And we're going to place netherrack just like so, all the way across there. Nothing there, one over there. From here, let's go ahead and go to our hoppers. And in the back here, we're going to put a hopper going into that dispenser with a hopper going into that one. Hopper going into that one, and a hopper going into that one. Hopper going into that one, just like so. So all those are getting directed with their own hopper lines. From here, we need to have a hopper going into this dispenser from up above. Same with this one, and we're going to walk this back too. So each of these hoppers feed into those. Now, from the front side here, taking a look at this, we're going to have a hopper going into that one and into that one, and then we're going to have one going into that one. That way, we're feeding bone meal to all of these dispensers. And now at this point, let's go ahead and add another hopper going into that one there, and then an additional hopper going into that one there. And a hopper going into this one right here. From here, let's grab some double chests. We're just going to go down here and pick block these. And we're going to come back up here, and we're going to put a double chest right there, and a double chest right there. That way, our 2 chest lines are going to be feeding into both sides. So from here, we're just going to take this up. We're going to put hoppers going into each of those. We're going to put a row of chests there, there, more hoppers on top of the chest, and more chests on top of the hoppers. You can take up your storage as high as you would like. We're just going to take it to right here, and then we would go ahead and fill all these up with bone meal and let bone meal fill into all of our dispensers. Now at this point, let's go ahead and start bringing our redstone from our on and off switch over here. So we're going to come back down to this glass block here, and we're going to go out 12 additional blocks. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then from here, we're going to go over 4 more. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to place in a 5th one here, just so we can place this block here, and then we're going to remove that. Now from here, let's go back over here. Grab our redstone dust. We're going to connect it up to that one, and we're going to pull it all the way over to the corner. We're going to pull it all the way across here. We're going to punch out that second one there. We're going to put a repeater right there. From here, let's grab a redstone torch. We're going to have a torch right there. So when that gets turned on, it'll power all the way over here and shut this torch off. From that point, we're going to power that, or we're going to put a block on top of that with a redstone torch right there. And then we're going to put a block directly above that redstone torch, just like that. Now, to continue on with our redstone from here, we're going to go ahead and put a redstone torch on top of that. And we're going to put a redstone torch on the back side of that, just like so. From here, let's add in another block right here with a redstone dust right there, going into a target block beside that. From here, we're going to add in another redstone torch on the back side of our target block. We're going to grab a repeater and put it on top of that. Move this thing up to its maximum delay. We're going to put a solid block there and a solid block there. So redstone signals coming up, getting redirected into the target block, going into that block, going through the repeater, and going over to that side there. This is going to power our sticky pistons. So in order to power our sticky pistons from here, let's grab some glass. We're going to put glass right there, there, and there. And we're going to put redstone dust here, here, and here. This will power that block, which in turn will power that. We want to do the same thing on this side over here. So let's go ahead and grab our glass. Temporary one there, break that one, glass there, and glass there. Redstone dust going all the way across here and over to that block. Now when our trees grow, they're going to produce extra nether wart blocks, and we do not want them to come down here and grow in a spot that could break redstone signals. They will not grow through any blocks that are placed by us that are crafted. So we're going to put a piece of glass there, 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 and there. That way, when they grow, because they will, where there's going to be excess growth around the back here, it will not affect any of the redstone that we've put in place here. Now, let's go ahead and add in our redstone for all of our dispensers. What we're going to do is we're going to put a block above this redstone torch right here, and we're going to put another one right there. From here, let's go ahead and grab some glass. We're going to put in a 2x2 of glass right there. We're going to grab a comparator, and we're going to put it right there and put that thing into subtract mode. So when this comes on, it will power into the comparator here, which is going to feed back onto itself and create a clock here. Now this clock needs to go ahead and connect up to a few of different solid blocks. We're going to put a solid block between those two right there. We're going to put a solid block right there and there. We're going to come around here to the other side, and we're going to put a solid block there and there. This redstone dust here will connect up to that, which will power those dispensers right there. From here, let's grab some glass. We're going to put a temporary block right there, a solid, or another one right there, and we're going to walk this all the way over to there. From here, grab our redstone, connect it up to there, and to there, going into that block, which will power all of those. And then the same thing in reverse here, glass, glass, remove, remove, and place down. And then we're going to connect that to that to that. And that should have our circuit in to power all of our dispensers. We have the one to power our pistons, and now we have the one to power all of our dispensers. So if we were to come over here and flip this switch on, everything should start moving and clicking. Many, many clicks, many, many moves. Now at this point, we need to just add in a few more pieces of glass here. Let's add in glass above the comparator. One above that, one above that. We're going to add in glass above that, and glass above these two hoppers here, and here, and right there. And an additional one right beside that hopper there. Don't want to be cutting off redstone signal coming from the comparator clock up to this. And at this point, take a look around, make sure you got all those in place, and you are good to go with the redstone back here. At this point, let's go ahead and go back to our building block of choice here, and we're going to come up 9 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. We're going to go ahead and come above this hopper here. We're going to bring that all the way up to that. We're going to come above these dispensers, and we're going to go ahead and fill these all the way up to the same height. Drop down here to the other side. We're going to bring these all the way up to the same height as well. And boom, bam, just like that, you have all the back of the redstone in place. Now let's go ahead and close the rest of this in. So we're going to grab our building block of choice again. We're going to bring this all the way up to there. Take that up 1 block above that. Do the same thing on this side, all the way up, 1 block above, and just close all that in like so. We're going to come back around here to the front, and right here we should go up 14 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And then we should be able to bring this all the way over, connect it up to that side. We're going to come over here to this one. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to pull this all the way up, pull this all the way over, connecting it up to that one. Connect up the front like here, just like that. And let's go ahead and go to this side over here and start filling all this in. So all the glass in there can be filled in. The reason we're filling all this in is so we do not want the ghast to be targeting us or seeing us throughout this farm. So we're going to go ahead and fill in this side right here, get it completely filled all the way up to the top. And just like so. You can come down here to the side where we have these glass blocks here. You can go ahead and knock those out and put in your building block of choice there. Let's swing around here to the other side. If you want to, you can go ahead and do the same here. Replace those with blocks of choice. Go ahead and grab our glass, fill in this side here. Go ahead and bring this side up as well because we haven't brought it all the way up yet. Fill all of this in. Just like that. Now we're going to come around here to the front here. We're going to go ahead and fill these in all the way up to this level because there's a minor change we got to do as we go up here. So all this, get this situated out, fill that in, that, and that. From here at this point, we need to go up, over, and around. We need to leave that extra block right there. For reasons that deal with the snowman, it just needs to happen. But once you leave that gap into there, you can go ahead and fill up the front of this. Get that all situated out there. And now we need to put in a blast resistant pad up here in the center. And that thing is going to be placed 5 blocks out. So we're going to go from the center of our farm here. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to grab prismarine bricks. You can use stone, whichever blast resistant block you want to use, and we're going to put a 3 by 3 just like so. That way when the fireball is not being redirected at the tree farm, it's not coming up here and blowing up your roof as well. It'll hit right here. So at this point, let's go ahead and fill in the top of the roof with glass, and it should look like that once you're done with that. So now at this point, let's go ahead and get this thing filled up with bone meal so we can do a little bit of a test run. But before we can do that, we need to get our ghast in place down here. Now, if you're looking for ways to move a ghast into the overworld, there will be a card that pops up in the top right hand corner up here. I've showed this before in a different video. You can go to that video and check that out, which also coincidentally leads to another ghast blasting farm that we have on the channel for a concrete farm. So if you're interested in a concrete farm that you do not have to break the concrete in yourself, I would recommend you go check that out. So if you want to know how to do that, go watch that. But if you already do know how to do that, then we're going to just be placing our ghast in right here. And because we are playing in creative and we get this lovely perk, our ghast is going to go right here on that block right there. As I said, if you want to know how to do that, go check out the other video. And we did a little bit of expanding back here, added in a few more chests just to feed a lot more bone meal down into the farm quicker. And you can extend that out as much as you want to. And as I said, you can put whatever storage system you want to on the bottom of that. Now, activating this farm sometimes will require you to relog the world you're in. And if you're on a multiplayer server, sometimes you have to wait for a server restart. Hopefully we don't have that issue right here. So what we're going to do is make sure that our ghast is unlocked, which it is. If it was locked in place, that would be like that. And the ghast would not be able to see anything. So ghast is in place. Redstone is currently turned off. If we turn that on, you can see we're starting to get growth of things over there. So we're going to turn that back off. We don't want that running yet. We're not locked in here, so a fireball coming through there should trigger everything. Unless, nope, we are locked in. There we go. Get that situated out like that. So we're going to go ahead and knock our pigman up. Let that guy shoot a couple snowballs. And hopefully, first time, it'll go down, hit the ghast. We got 1 hit. 2 hits, and there we go. Just like that, this thing is now running. So if we go ahead and turn on the redstone of this farm, trees will grow, fireballs will come over and break them. You are going to lose some drops from this farm. There's just not much you can do about that because it does create fire. But this is a pure AFK tree farm. You have to do nothing except supply bone meal to this farm. And just like pretty much all farms on Bedrock Edition, bone meal is in great abundance. Now, if you shut this thing off with trees sitting there above the crimson, it will turn that into normal netherrack. One additional thing to add here, it appears that there's been a minor change, which changes happen all the time with this game. These trapdoors here, you want to go ahead and take those 3 out. Apparently there's been a change where they will not pick up the items on top of them, aka the hopper minecarts now. So just to prevent a little less loss, take those 3 out. We've done a little bit of testing while sitting here. Nothing seems to land on those and stay. But if you have the other 3 there, it does seem to cause minor loss. Then again, no farm is going to be 100% perfect. But that should eliminate things getting caught on top and not coming down into the system. If we can save drops, we're going to save drops. So go ahead and remove those 3 trapdoors there. That being that, I think that's where we're going to call this one a tutorial. If you've enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like down below. If you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing. And if you have any questions that cannot be answered in the comment section, join the Discord. We have an amazing group of people there that are always willing to help others out. That being that, that's where we're calling it. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.